We're good.
Yes, yes.
Y'all good this evening?
Yeah.
Yes,
Doing
yes. So
good.
I'm excited. Why am I
Doing good,
excited?
child.
Well,
Good
one
as
of
it
the
can
things is
be.
then how about the whole intro that I had? I had it didn't the live was going real slow, so nobody got the opportunity to see. But
Oh, okay.
hey, we are here. We are here in full effect. I am getting ready to make it public. So for those who are on, will be able to share. They will be able to tune in. This amazing conversation that we have. So first, I want to say thank you, and I want to say thank you to you all because without it could not be possible. And so I'm excited, and I'm excited about the conversation, being that we had a last week we had some awesome ladies. We had some awesome ladies the week before, and now this is the third week, y'all. Can y'all believe it's the third week?
Yay!
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. Great job.
Oh,
And great topics.
Right.
March went
Absolutely.
by fast. Like for me, I know it went by too fast.
It definitely went by quick. I'm just like, Lord, we the third week, and I almost forgot it was Wednesday. But for those who are tuned in and who are watching, we definitely appreciate you. If you can do us a favor and share the live, if you were on YouTube, invite some people to YouTube, send them the link because we're going to have an awesome conversation tonight. One thing that I believe in is having authentic conversations. I love talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I knew, God knew who to invite these 4 weeks because I knew that they were going to be open, honest, and transparent. And so
Right.
I'm excited. So before we get started,
Yeah.
we have this amazing lady, this awesome lady who I felt in my spirit. It was led by the Holy Spirit that this person would be awesome for tonight's conversation. Tonight's conversation, we're talking about do we believe in sister circles? Do we believe in sister circles? And we're going to talk all about that. So I know I got the people for this conversation because I know we're going to keep it, as the young people say, 100. We're going to
100.
keep it 100. So before we get started, I am going to introduce the phenomenal, the absolutely amazing woman that I have been knowing for a very, very long time. For the people who don't know her, who need to know her, Ms. Rhonda Prince. Excited. I said, listen, y'all don't even understand how I almost told on myself in Pretty Girls Run. I almost told on myself. So for the pretty girls that is on the live, that is rocking with us on tonight, who rocks ever so every day, if
Yes,
y'all
they
could do
do.
us a favor and invite all of the pretty girls to join us in this live because we know what a great leader is, and we definitely are going to talk about that tonight. So before we get started, we're going to start from the top. I want everybody to introduce themselves to the people that are on live, and share who you are. We're going to start with Miss Sharika.
Oh, okay. Look, hello everybody. I'm Sharika Hunt Ross, author. Oh my God, motivator. I'm just, I'm a TV host. I'm a grief counselor. So, my job. I think my purpose is to just be a helper to everybody to serve.
Yeah,
So that's what I love to do.
absolutely. All right,
Yeah,
Miss Crystal, if you can share who you are.
Crystal.
Can
I
she
think
hear
it's a,
me
I think it's a delay.
on
I don't think
hers?
she's. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll go with T, and I'll text
There,
Crystal and tell her to introduce herself
I
next.
can hear you now.
Oh, she can hear
Hi,
you now.
my name is Crystal Robin. It's going in and out. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you, can you hear me, Mika?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's a little delay, but we can hear you. She may have to go out and come back in. Okay, T, go ahead. I'm gonna just text her.
Okay. Well, I'm Tamisha Hendricks, aka T. I am the business owner of TND Tax Service along with TND Business Solutions, and I help businesses stay on track and also start off right to end up right. So I also help them, line up their businesses and different things like that. And I'm kind of like Miss Sharika, Arthur Sharika. I like helping people and staying in the community and giving everybody the vibe that I have on a daily basis.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, T, for your yes and being on tonight. And to this lady who's in pink, the lady who's in pink, if you can introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Rhonda Prince, and I am the Chief of Operations and Chief Finance Officer of Rap A Lot Records and Prince Boxing Enterprise and a lot of family-owned businesses. I am also the CEO and president of Pretty Girls Rock.
Woohoo!
A coach, a nutritional coach and wellness coach, life coach. So I wear multiple hats. I enjoy all of you ladies. I'm looking forward to even getting to know more about Miss T over here because I know these other two rugrats.
Listen, Rhonda been knowing me for she knew me in a whole nother life.
Yes, Mika, actually, my very first business, my first stepping out on faith as an entrepreneur, I had a limousine company. Mm-hmm. And Mika ordered limousines, more than one, yes, for her royal ride for her wedding.
I sure did, honey.
That's Mika.
Yes, yes.
We outdid, but let me tell you, the Rhonda that I knew that day that I met is the same Rhonda that I know today. The same Rhonda. Yeah. So we got Miss Crystal that popped back in. So I'm gonna see, Crystal, can you hear us now?
Okay, I can hear you guys.
Okay, perfect. Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, well, hi, I am Crystal Robbins. I am an entrepreneur. I am a brand instructor. I am a biblical instructor as well, where I teach Bible study every Tuesday. I love to minister. I'm a true servant of God. I also have the Powerhouse of Pillars panel, which is on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and a lot of upcoming more stuff that I will be able to be doing, but I can't discuss it right now at the moment. But I have a lot of good upcoming stuff that I will be doing, so just stay tuned.
Absolutely. Well, so I know her. She does wear a lot of hats, but we all do. We all wear a lot of hats, and God is just using us in a whole bunch of different things, right? Yeah. But we are celebrating Women's History, and what I feel is, sometimes women's history is not about the glow, right? The glitter, the glam. Some women's history is getting beyond the moment, right? Some women's history is forming an organization like Pretty Girls Rock. Some history is going through the history process is not always a good look all the time, right? We all may have had some type of situation where you have been within a sister circle, right? And things didn't work out like you thought they were going to work out. I'm a firm believer in, there are some sister circles that work, and then there are some sister circles that you thought were going to work and they do not. Okay. And so I wanted these ladies to join because there are some women who feel like they need to be in a sister circle to feel validated. Mm-hmm. And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about celebrating women's history, but also talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So first, let's even answer the question ourselves. Do we believe in sister circles? And this is authentic talk. It's no format. It's nothing formal about it. We just girls having good conversation and allowing others to witness some of our life journey. Right. So do you guys believe in sister circles?
I used to. Believe in sister circles before it got too competitive. And what I mean by that is us as women, all colors, all nature, but us specifically, we compete too much. I feel like we compete towards each other. You know, when you get into circles per se, one is trying to outdo the other, or one gets mad because you're talking to this other, queen more than you're talking to them. So I used to believe in them. Now I'm me. I'm me, and where I fall in is where I fall in. And if it's in a circle, it's in a circle. And if I ride solo, I ride solo. But I used to. So that's just my opinion on it.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll piggyback off of that. Well said, Miss Tamisha. Well said. Well said. I think that all women, we all kind of deal with that at a point in time in our lives, whether it's our younger days or our older days. At one point in time, it's always that, you have that territorial friend, and then you have that friend that, don't mind you, growing and things like that. But as long as you don't pass them up, and things like that. So it's a lot of different ways of how it can go with a sister circle. But to answer the question, I believe in sister circles. I just believe that you have to know your circle.
Right.
I think sister circles are very good because you can always learn from somebody. Whatever that you lack, I feel like your other sister can be able to have, help you grow in some ways in spite of, because realistically, nobody's perfect. Even myself, I'm not perfect. So I'm not going to do everything right. I may not, have the capacity to do some things right because it wasn't taught. I didn't learn it, or maybe I didn't know it. And I think sometimes we have to, me being a true believer in God, you have to give people grace sometimes. So I believe in giving people grace in certain scenarios, unless there's a toxic pattern. Now, if it's a toxic pattern, then sometimes you got to carve out that little sister years and carve it right on out. So you just have to be aware of your circle, of who's in your circle. But I do believe in sister circles. I believe it can work.
So I believe in sister circle now. So mine is kind of the opposite. Growing up, of course, I have a sister. I grew up with a sister, but most of my friends were guys. I hung around a lot of guys, a lot. Growing up in my life, all my best friends was guys. I was a little tomboy, so I didn't really have a sister circle growing up. So now this is all new to me, having a sister circle. And I do believe in it. I do believe in supporting each other. I do believe in uplifting each other. I just believe in the sisterhood. I think it's great. I think we could be great. Do everybody, click together? Yeah, of course you have jealousy, but that's in life. That's in life. It's not, just the sister circle. That's just life, period. Whether you're at work or whatever it is. So I don't think it's so much as the sister circle, but I believe in it now because, like I said, I'm of course part of Pretty Girls Rock, and this is a first for me, and I love it. I love it. I love the support. I love the love. I love, even when I'm down or going through something, I love that we can go through it together, because where we start is not where we're going to end. We can start a certain way, but just growing and learning each other, life happens, right? So since life is happening, life is changing. People are dying, people are getting sick. So we're checking on each other. You just find yourself more and more involved in your sister. So I believe in it now. I just didn't, back then because I wasn't around it.
Right. All right, Miss Rhonda.
Makes sense.
And I the reason, and I'm just waiting on the edge of my seat for Rhonda to answer this question. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just waiting for her to answer this question based on all of these things that have been said. So you have the floor, Miss Prince.
I listen to your other shows, and much applause to you for having this platform. I think that is awesome. I apologize also because a lot of times at this time during the week I can't be on, the click in list, but I always listen. It might be 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I'm listening, right? So I've listened to your other shows too, and some of them were kind of similar to this, so it's pretty interesting. I really would like to know what your thoughts are, if you don't mind. I'm not taking over the show. I just
No.
like
And this is how we're gonna have dialogue. This is not me, the morning tea where Mika's asking all the questions and interviews.
Okay.
We're gonna talk to each other like we in the living room.
Okay.
So for me, I'll be honest. I believed in it at one time. There were certain situations that happened that made me fall back. There were some sister circle organizations that I was a part of that no longer exist because of leadership. And so I sat back, I pulled back. I had my own circle of love for women individually, not necessarily putting them all in a pack or a circle. But I loved them for who they are, supported them for who they are. I still pick and choose who I would allow in my in my personal space,
Right.
if that kind of makes sense. But I will say, however, I won't say but, however, leadership in the sister circles and the confidence in the women that I have in my personal space now, I do consider it a sister circle. I had some growing to do as well. I needed some grace in some areas as well, but it happened with maturity. Some things that I thought that I would kick you out of because I didn't agree or you act a certain type of way, now I'm more mature and it wasn't really all that serious. So if you ask me, I do believe in it. I agree with, you have to know the circle that you're in and then know the boundaries of that sister circle as well.
Yeah. Let me first say I didn't grow up doing a lot of girl stuff either. I don't have sisters. Most of my cousins are boys. I have a whole lot of uncles and very few aunts. And, I worked in criminal justice. I was an officer on multiple levels. So I've always been in a male dominating field and everything. So I didn't grow up. I never had that sister. I only had, I had those one or two really close friends, but that's pretty much it. So it's not because I grew up, with a lot of ladies or anything like that. But what I did notice is I saw that society on the whole, it looked like to me that people in the world felt like, and I would hear it, that girls can't work together and girls can't get along and girls compete with each other and girls catfight and girls do this and that, right? So, I didn't even pledge in college and I have a few degrees, but I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe that it had to be so.
Right.
I don't think that the problem is the circle of ladies. I think that the problem are the individual ladies.
Right.
Agreed.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
I love diversity. I love diversity. I think that when we feel like and believe that everybody's supposed to be like us and think like us and behave like us and have beliefs and the same values and all that kind of stuff, that's ridiculous.
Right.
And when you dislike because they're not like you, that's ridiculous. So then again, that's not a problem with the circle. That's a problem with the person.
That's
And
good.
a lot of times, all we want is to be loved on. That's all we want. So if I can treat everybody with a level of respect as them just being who they are, I don't even want to be you, girl. We're probably not gonna be best buddies all the time. You know what I mean? But we cool. You know what I'm saying? Because who you are is who you are.
Right.
And we're all on a journey of change. And if there is in any type of way that I can be an asset that somebody else, that even being around something or seeing something different, if you welcome it,
Right.
to at least assess it and look at it opposed to judging it, then you know what I mean? But I think that there when that judgmental part comes in, and when that competitive and that jealousy and that toxic, I can tell you, like in this organization, I'm not with that at all.
Yeah,
I'm not with it at
we
all.
see it. We definitely see it, and being a part of.
We'll check.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, and it's checked.
Yeah, and see, let's go there. Let's go there because let's stick a pin in that one. That right there. So one of the things that I absolutely love, let me tell you, and there are a lot of women organizations, and listen, I'm not down in any of them because I'm not a part of them to even understand the process. But what I do know is being a part of one, it starts with the leadership if you're going to have an organization.
Right.
And you can have and I'm just going to say this word, you can have cancer to spread throughout a organization if you don't stop it.
If you don't check it, right.
If you don't check
Yes.
it. And one thing, if I don't know nothing else, I'm be like, oh,
yeah,
she gonna check it, baby.
Right. Yeah.
And it has to take place, and not being afraid of it. And so let me ask you guys this. Do you think as women, we don't accept, and I'm just going to use the word constructive criticism well, don't allow someone who is really sharing something with you in love, we take it another way, and then we put a halt up as, no, either you're no longer in my sister circle, or there's a friction in the relationship because there's a lot of women that's going through that.
I feel like if your sisters, you should be able to. Go ahead.
I just want to say this just because I'm about to go off screen. I'm just going to get my water.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I feel like if you're a sister, if you say you my sister, you should be able to, tell me, that's not right. No, I don't think you should do that. Oh, that's not a good look for you.
Right.
Because a sister, if you're looking up the definition, and it's supposed to be looking out for you, supporting you, not only a yes, whatever you say is just right. You're not right. You know what I'm saying? And you know how you be seeing people out and you see like, no, they was together. Why they let her wear that? Or what, why didn't, why? I'm just saying.
You're right. You're right.
You being real. You being real. Transparency is what I like.
We really would let our friend come out looking a whole mess and talk about them. Like, when you let her come out, you should have told her, come on now. That, how
that's
this
not
look?
A real friend.
How this look? Okay. It don't go
that's not
back.
A real friend.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
sometimes you have to have those hard conversations. Like, if out of love, you know what I mean? You have to have those hard conversations sometimes. And sometimes it don't feel good. But I'm a firm believer in tell me. Right. Tell me what tell me, because sometimes people don't know what they're looking like. And I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about if you love me, I don't want you don't let me shame me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So,
it takes a level of maturity. You have to be mature as well. They'll let you know just kind of like where their mature level is within yourself on how you give the criticism as well.
That's what I said.
Because we do have to be sensitive to how people. Yeah, it's your delivery. So sometimes you want to also check yourself first to make sure that you're going to deliver it out of the way of love, and out of the way where you're trying to hurt their feelings intentionally. Because sometimes people will take it not in a good way. And sometimes people always think that, oh, well, I did nothing wrong. I told her what I was supposed to say. But depending on how you deliver that, did you deliver it out of a sisterly love?
Right. And it don't have to be in front of everybody.
That's something that I'll also have to
pull me to the side and tell me, don't make it embarrassing. It's on both parts. And I think each person, like she said, is individual. Each person have to be accountable for their own self. And how they're delivering, how they're being. Am I being a good sister? We have to self-check. What does that look like? I want you to be a good sister, but what am I being?
Right.
How am I coming, to you? And am I being a good sister that I want? So, it's just, I think it's individual. Good. Yeah.
Sometimes it's one-sided. Sometimes one person feel like, I'm being a real sister to you, but when I need you, you're not here for me. Like, where you at? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Those type of things. So this is something else I wanted to talk about.
I think that's also an assessment too, though, of that person, because what looks good to me may not look good to you. So this is after, especially if this is somebody that's your friend or your sister, you've been around for a while, you kind of know their style.
Right.
So if there's off base, form, it's like, now, girl, you knew my wig was way back here.
Right. Please help me out.
Yeah.
You're looking at the pictures later on, like, why did you let me do that?
You saw that, okay? Yeah, but, and then there may be somebody else that that's how they wear it all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but definitely I agree, coming from a place of love. Yeah.
Coming from a place of love. T, I have a question for you, and only because I want to, and I'm only asking these things and having because somebody may be in this space. You said when you talked about you don't believe in the sister circles because of jealousy and competitiveness. Do you think that that's something that has happened that you can't get beyond that moment because of past hurt of certain situations? Or do you think you just let it go, like you said, I can be me by myself, etc.? Because sometimes past hurt will make you feel that way where you won't get involved in other things.
Well, it wasn't necessarily me per se, it's just what I've seen. And so that made me not believe in having the quote unquote calling it a women's circle. I call it family. So if I feel that much about you, or we have that connection, and I know that I can trust you, or you can tell me being transparent, or you can be trustworthy, then to me, yeah, you're my sis at the same time, but you're family. So that's a different level to me. So it's not that I'm saying that I really don't believe in it per se. It's just the things that I've seen. And it's been tons of different organizations that's been coming about. And I like Miss Rhonda when she said she snaps it in the butt. That's what I think if people would really do that and be transparent, I think a lot of groups or organizations would still be around. But because everybody wants to be catty, or because everybody, again, wants to have that competition, or one person wants to branch out and do their own thing, the next person gets mad and it's just a big old mess. That's when I tend to pull myself from that, because when you are with those type of people, you do get that type of classification. Other people think that you're doing that same thing. So therefore, if you know that that's not the type of person that you are going to pull back. That's why I said I am going to do my own thing, be by myself. And if I choose to attend, a group, or if I tend to, be with these certain genres or ladies or men, whatever the case may be, I'm doing it out of on my own terms, not because somebody else is bringing me in.
Got it.
I used to say, I was one of those women. I'm guilty of saying I don't do women. I don't do. I used to say. I mean, I'm just guilty because, like I said, I wasn't around a lot of women, and what I saw wasn't nice. So I was like, see, that's why I don't do women. Well, growth changed me. I had to change. I had to be around women. I mean, because I'm just going based on what I saw. But like I said, this has changed me because now I'm open. Yes, I've been hurt. Yes, I've had friends that, not your friends. We all kind of went through all of that. We've all experienced that. But I do believe in sisterhood. I believe it's a beautiful thing when it's great. It can be powerful. It can be amazing. It could just be this great thing, but it just depends on the individual. It depends on the group, like you said, the leader, the head, or, self-checking. Like I said, I had to start looking at myself. You can't just go around saying I don't do women, and you ain't even opened yourself up to be around a woman. I'm like, I don't want no parts of that. I don't do women, And
well, you done turned 360, honey. You just did a 360.
I'm telling you, what therapy?
Yeah.
It
so
really,
this is something else I wanted to talk about. Go ahead, Rhonda.
Address that too. I think like the expectations, and see, that's one thing about with me, with our sister circle. I don't expect everybody to be real good friends. I don't expect to be real good friends with everybody. You know what I mean? I love the fact that with the group of women, I see them ones becoming closer with each other, and yet everybody respecting each other. I may be closer. You may be closer to these because you guys connect in some type of way. You have similarities. You have things that you're doing together and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem. You know what I mean? Like, but the expectation that you're gonna like everybody and everybody gonna like you and everybody gonna be, you know, like that's not gonna happen. It's just the ugliness that's just not okay. That's not okay. You
the mean girl.
Oh, I really don't like. I have something real in here about the mean girl. I really don't like the mean girl.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's but everybody's not gonna because you're not gonna click with everybody. That's the way it is in life. But we are women. We bring life to the world. We change the world. The world runs because of us. And nobody understands a woman like a woman.
Right.
The struggles that we have, like a man can't, you know, he got his wrong of him. You know what I mean? But what we go through, we got to hold him, the child, the house, the community,
the community,
everything. You know what I mean? So we got to learn to lean on each other and be open-minded enough to receive, because sometimes that one sister that you're looking at that you think is so different from you, if you talk to her
long enough,
it's just like yours. Y'all just look different.
The same story.
The same thing.
Yeah. And the crazy part about that is if you are more open to having that conversation, you may get beyond your moment because that sister has already went through it and can help you in your process. But our thing is sometimes we want to stay so close to where we don't want nobody to know nothing. We want to look like we the glitz and glam on social media. We want to look like we got it all together. Meanwhile, you get home, your lights out, you don't have no gas in your car.
And then you don't have nobody to call.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't have nobody to call. Exactly. And you wonder why. Well, you haven't made yourself available or accessible because you sheltered yourself and like, no. So now you're all alone. And that's when depression kick in, and that's when suicide kick in, and that's when all these things happen because you saying, "Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want nobody to know about that." You know, and I mean, it's life changing when you sit with a stranger like a sister and you hear their story. It changes everything, and it's not about how they look. It's not about what they wear, their status. It's just we are the same. We are the same.
That's very, and Rhonda, what you said is so powerful. I mean, that was powerful about like we change the world. That's powerful because so y'all, how do we change the narrative? Rhonda, you started Pretty Girls Rock. How do we change the narrative of our womanhood when it comes to other people saying that we can't work together? We're too cliquish. How can we change that? I know we changing it with Pretty Girls Rock in our sister circle and our organization, but how do we change that for those who are not confident, those who feel like if they are not involved in something that they're not worthy? How do we change that?
You be who it is that you want others to be.
Right.
You have to be the example. You know, when T said it wasn't because of her own experience. It was because what she saw with other people that made her not want to, you know. So when you be that person, you know, when you just be, and with anything in life, when you change the way you look at a thing, then what you look at changes.
Right.
And this is the reason why I'm constantly trying to just send the message out. Because, you know, we as humans, we got to hear stuff over and over. We got to hear stuff so many different times. We got to see examples of it and stuff. Because I'm just trying to change the way that you look. I understand why. But if I can change the way that you look at this thing, then what you're looking at will change. And it will start with you. And it's just as simple as treating others like you want to be treated. You know, and let me tell you something. Most of the time, that ugliness is because that person is hurt.
Right.
When first going to that person, what's going on? What you need? What you know what I'm saying? Sharika, no, we done been in settings almost every time somebody gonna start crying.
Right.
And we gonna hug and love on them. because they hurting. Because
Yeah.
when you don't love on those that are hurting, they try to hurt other people.
Yeah.
See, so that's one way of stomping it out,
Yeah.
of just showing and giving genuine love and compassion to people and respecting their differences, respecting who they are. You share what you think, like we were talking about earlier. As a sister, you see a sister that you tell them and taking criticism, you share what you think. But the other side to that is that you respect their choices too.
Yeah.
If they choose not to take what you saying, that's cool too. You know what I mean? But it's just man. There are so many other countries that women have no power at all. Women are not allowed to look at a man. You know,
Yeah.
women can't do a whole lot of things. All this. We don't have that. Can you imagine if we really came together
Right.
to do things together?
Yeah.
You just can't convince me of nothing different. And I know a lot of powerful men. But one thing I know, baby, they nothing without a strong woman.
Yeah.
It's women. We genuinely run the world. That's me of the way I look at a thing.
Yeah.
They might
I
want
love
to
it.
debate me.
I love it. I love it.
And do.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Crystal? What do you think? And based on your own experiences, what do you think? How do you think things could change?
Oh man. I'm definitely a person that I believe in starting with myself. I always take a step back. If something didn't work with a particular sister, I take a step back and think of what is something that I did that led up to it. And it's not so much of going into the role of pity party or victim, but just in the sense of, was I not sensitive to that person was hurting? Did I not see that? Did I not recognize that? Did I have too much expectation from that particular individual? Because like we all know, if somebody don't have the capacity to give that, right? And so we have to sometimes allow to know what it is that we can hold and what we can carry.
Yeah.
So it's not so much looking at the other person, but I have to pay attention to myself. Is what can Crystal hold? And what can Crystal carry? What can Crystal give out? How much of myself can I give out to a person as well? So I think it definitely starts with myself. I have to take a step back and think about, okay, if I'm a friend with Mika, am I able to really check on Mika? Am I able to really just dig deep and say, hey, Mika, how are you feeling today? How's your mental? Where you at, sister? Or am I so boggled into my own things to where I'm not even trying to check on my sister circle? So I think you have to take a step back and realize, where are you as a person in your state in your life? Because there are different phases of life and we are forever evolving and changing what should be evolving and changing. So if you are a woman that is changing and evolving and try to get to better, sometimes you also outgrow people. And it's but we have to be okay.
And that's
We have to be
okay.
okay with outgrowing that sister circle. We have to be okay with God wanting us to connect us with new people. That's called divine connection in the kingdom. And I'm all for that. You know what I mean? And sometimes I believe, like what Miss Rhonda was saying, like loving on people, loving on them. But like she said, sometimes you can love on them and they're not receptive. They may not want that at that particular time. And my biggest thing is, okay, let me leave you to God. I'm gonna allow God to handle it. It might be a bigger situation than what I can touch, and I'll pray for you behind closed doors. So I'm just a true believer in that. Sometimes if I see a person still not being receptive, I'll still pray for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just ask my Heavenly Father, like, hey, Lord, have your way and help them and give them what I can't give them as a person.
Yeah.
Right. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all blowing my mind tonight. I'm having to rethink some things. Like, did I do that right?
Yeah. I've learned
to check myself on some things.
Look, I've learned to accept people as they are, but place them where they belong in my life. Like, I accept them for who they are, but I'm a place, because everybody can't be on the same journey or they not, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that they're just not where I am or where I need to be, or, like I told you, I wasn't that girl, but now I come around and every time I see the ladies, I'm hugging everybody. I'm going to take a picture with everybody. Like I love on everybody, but it's on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intentional about it because I want the same thing back. You know, I want the love back. I'm gonna give out what I want. And when you do that, like you say, self-check, it changes. It could change. And it has changed. I've seen it happen, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have that one person that's just sitting over there by themselves. They don't really know a lot of people, or that's just not their thing, you know, to just be outgoing. But the smile that it brings, you know, the you know, like, oh wow, she recognized me, and it's not just for them, it's for me too, you know. And they need to know they're not by themselves, they're not alone. We all out here trying to do, you know, life. And you know, it's just to help each other and to love on each other. So, but those people, it's just everybody is not on the same path, and that's okay. That's okay. Like she said, we're not trying to be best friends, but we are trying to love and show respect to each other, and whatever that looks like.
Yeah. So,
and
I think also too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This world is a crazy place right now, and it's hard. It's hard. Life is hard for so many.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are any exemptions.
Right.
You know, life is really hard. And man, I mean, if you had any idea of how many times my phone rings with
a situation,
just want to give up.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? So when Sharika, when you're talking about just going into the room and just giving people a hug, you don't have to know.
Right. At all.
But they need that hug.
Right.
You know what I mean? They need that hug because the world,
and I do too.
Yeah.
Right.
We all do, because the world now is really, really, and I appreciate you, Crystal. Please continue to pray for us all. You know, because the world is and we need each other. This is not the time for fighting. It's enough fighting going on in the world, you know, and it's not even just upbringing and stuff like that. We all got different God-given talents. I had to check myself. I had to grow to learn that. Well, Rhonda, that person just don't think that swift like you think. Or that person, but then Rhonda up here doing presentations. Look, they'll say, my PowerPoint was an index card. This is my PowerPoint, y'all. I'm gonna work right off of this right here. This is my PowerPoint.
We all can learn.
I remember that too.
Because we all have our own talents and skills. And but that's the beauty about when you have a community of people. See, these ladies can make me look good. You know, when you have people who can help you and everything, they can help make you look good. And what you don't have, they have. You know, what you have, they don't have. And you don't judge each other on that. But we got to show love today, because this suicide is not just these kids.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I just talked about it last week. I was in that space. I was in that space before. I was in that dark room with the door closed and didn't want to eat and didn't want to go outside and didn't want to do all of that. And I can remember in those moments that I would get random phone calls, although I would never do anything to myself. I just told Jesus, if you take me tonight in my sleep, I'll be all right. Just let me get I know, you know. But it was in those, and I always tell people, you never know when you're somebody else's lifeline. Somebody could really be in a dark space, and that hug. I mean, Sharika and I and Rhonda have been in a room where Sharika may have been upset about, I don't know to today, what she was going through in that moment. But I hugged her. I loved on her. I shared words to her. Still don't know. But just so she knew that I could have been her lifeline that day and never knew it, you know. And I do believe that when we say I am my sister's keeper, we need to be more serious about that. Like, we need to take those words and say, if I'm my sister's keeper, I'm going to keep her. Because if you've ever been in a moment where you've been so weak and you have somebody, in your weakest moments be your strength, That's
Yeah.
a different type of love.
That's a different
that
type
is
of
a
love.
different type of love.
Yeah.
And we need that, especially like what you said, Rhonda, like that. It's a lot of people and women going through a lot of stuff, and we're so busy bickering, being jealous of one another, being in competition with the other. And I'm right here, and I can help you get to where you matter of fact, in most cases, I have pushed you more than I've pushed myself because I wanted you to succeed. And I think if we have more of those type of conversations and have that type of unconditional love, like the word says, we will be so much further than where we are.
Right. Well, you had asked, I think you asked a question saying, you know, what can we do to change? Well, this is a start. This is something, you know, talking about it, you know, bringing more people, not just, you know, people, you know, I may know somebody and said, hey, you know, let's have these conversations, have more of these conversations, and not just with your circle. Not just with your circle. Like find somebody that you don't normally talk to. I like when Rhonda say, don't always sit by the person you know. Sit by a different woman. Get to know her. Talk to her. Don't click up. You know, don't click up. Like share the love amongst everybody. You know, we talk to each other all the time. So let's not just do that. Let's talk to somebody I normally don't talk to. How about trying that? And those different exercises and doing those things will spread more love to different people that normally wouldn't even get that love.
And do you know, every time we do it, every time you do it, you feel so good. It's so awesome meeting new people and hearing, and you're like, what? Really?
Like I don't know Tamisha and I don't know Crystal, but look, I know them now, and just to hear their story, it's that's what I love. I love the diversity. I love the difference. Some people use the same people over and over and over. Same people getting no award. Don't even get me started. But
please don't. That's a whole nother show, a whole nother topic that I'm gonna bring y'all back on.
Whole nother topic.
I ain't coming.
and I want to say they the only great people in the world. Like, I'm turning down awards. Like, okay, like that's enough. That's enough. I have time. Let's help somebody else.
Of the same award, though. It's the same one.
And that's why you ain't getting another one.
Exactly. Exactly. Good.
Okay, y'all. I got another question. I got something else because I want to talk to Shonda talking about I ain't coming. I want to talk to the women that aren't confident, the women that are in a space of they feel like they have to be a part of something to make them, to validate them, because there are some women that are not confident. They have insecurities and they feel like they aren't on a level to be included in certain women organizations, or I'm not on your level in business, so I fall back. I'm not on your level in ministry, so I'll fall back. I'm not on your level when it comes to certain things. So let's talk to them and build them up in a space where they're in being. And I know Rhonda probably get a bunch of calls. Let's talk about the buildup of the insecure woman that don't feel like that they are on a level or valued enough to be in these certain relationships that we have encountered. Ooh, don't nobody want to tap that one. They don't want to touch that one.
Okay, respectable. I got the answer.
I'll speak for myself. I'm gonna talk about myself first. For myself, I have been at a certain event in a room with some big time people, some heavy hitters, right? And at this particular space in my head at this particular time, I was feeling like I'm in the room with the people, but I'm not equipped to be in a room. So I have experienced that, but I had to grow in that to not only just have faith into my work and what I'm doing as far as business, but I had to have faith into myself, into my own personality, to my own character, to the person that God has created for me to be. And I feel like God had to really catapult me up. It wasn't anybody that really, I mean, I had good people around me, and people that I was able to learn from. But at the end of the day, it really took God to really like push me and to pull some things out of me, with me just being in certain situations. And this was just recently of last year that this happened. But now to this year, you can't tell me nothing. I don't care if I don't have the same bank account number that you have, baby. I'm in the room. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, sure.
God has placed me here for a reason. It is not by coincidence that I'm in a room with these people, because that means that even if the person don't see me that I'm equipped, God has showed that I am equipped. So my encouragement to the women is you have to trust yourself. Okay. Don't rely on validation from people. Don't rely on the validation from your bank account. Sometimes it's going to take some trust. It's going to take some faith in the God. For God is putting you in a room because God wants to take us higher. Yeah. And in order to do that, you have to have the renewing of your mind. Romans 12 and 2. I'm sorry to go.
Yep, that's my favorite scripture.
Romans 12 and 2. To be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to renew your mind. You have to know exactly who it is that God have created for you to be, to walk in that confidence. But you have to walk in it by yourself, being comfortable with being by yourself, being comfortable with going out to eat by yourself, being comfortable enough to where you don't have to have a group of people around you to make you feel like you just this person and y'all walking around with Gucci bags or whatever and heels and all of this kind of stuff. Be comfortable with who you are as a person, because God has created all of us individually for a particular purpose and for a particular reason. Once you understand that nobody has what God has placed inside of you, then that's when your true confidence is going to come out.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. With my leader over there, she just rocking.
All my life, I had to fight.
What you say, T? What you say about building up the women that got little securities they need?
I can piggyback kind of off Crystal, because the thing is, it has to start with you. You can't convince somebody or have somebody understand something if they don't have it within themselves. So you first have to make sure that they are okay with themselves first before you even try to encourage, because sometimes you can encourage people and they can be a bully. They can be like you're bullying them because they don't have that self-esteem there. So first you want to work on them, or see if they're working on themselves in order for them to know themselves before you can even encourage or bring them out, out in the light. So I think, again, you just have to make sure that they're ready, because everybody's not on the same level. Like me doing this, I don't talk on no webinars and all this stuff. So I'm coming out of my comfort zone. I'm coming out.
And that's why I put you on too.
But at the same time, I won't be shy to it as well. So you're helping me to grow on something that I'm not comfortable with. So with that being said, it's the same thing. If you're telling somebody, oh, you're beautiful, but they've been shot down all their life, it's going to take them a while to come out of that. You understand? So I think just making sure that they are ready for you to be encouraging to them, to bring them to the light.
Yeah, for sure. I think that as well. You first have to build yourself up. You have to. You shouldn't feel validated by what somebody else says anyway. You have to feel a certain way about yourself before you're confident. And I know with Pretty Girls Rock, even I don't even know it. Nobody is on the level. We all on the same playing field. We all are here to assist each other and love on each other, no matter where you are in life, really. And I think that Rhonda has created a safe space for people to be exactly who they are and not have to feel like they have to add up to other ladies that's in the group, other business owners that's in the group. And you just have to know that there are safe circles, safe spaces that are out there. You just have to get in the right ones for me. So Miss Rhonda, I want to ask you, Pretty Girls Rock. You can come out the closet now. You can come out. Pretty Girls Rock. That was a vision. I want to talk about your vision and you already kind of touched on a little bit on what your excitement of it is of women loving on each other and things of that nature. But I want people to really understand where this heart came from for this organization of women that are loving on each other. And then let's talk about some of the things that you know for a fact that has made it as successful as what the vision was when you originated it.
Thank you for this space and this opportunity. I'm sitting here, y'all know I was sitting here just bubbling over. I'm just thinking, I'm running the tape back in my own mind. I'm the same person. I'm the same person like all my life. Like I'm the type of person I check in with the people I grew up with, and because I want to know, am I the same? You know what I mean? Or what's different about me? You know, because one thing that I have, humility is a characteristic that is so strong with me. Humility, between humility and integrity.
Right.
They're real strong with me, right? So even though, let's say I'm in junior high school and I'm the fastest girl at the school, you know, I'm in junior high and the choir director lets me lead all the singing. I'm in high school and they're saying you a campus cutie. I never just clicked up with people and dismissed any other people. I never was the type to just have a lot of friends or gravitate to just, because we look like this, or because we, you know, can run fast, or because we can sing, or because we're this shade, or any of that. So, you know, that was one of the struggles I had with pledging in college because of the different little things that I was hearing. And I'm not saying they right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I was hearing, what I was feeling when I was in that space at that time. And I never like to be, I don't like boxes. You know, I don't like that. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
We all do. So, you know what hurts my feelings? This is what hurts my feelings. And I was just at a funeral. Oh God, I go to a funeral every week.
Every weekend.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, which one?
No. And I was at a repast and a guy said to me, he was like, Ron, I know some ladies want to join your organization, but you have to have a business, right? And I'm like, man, I keep trying to send the same message. You don't have to have nothing. You don't have to be a certain skin tone. You don't have to be a certain size. You don't have to have a certain bank account, have a number of degrees, have a bit, nothing. All you have to do is be a lady and be genuine and have a loving heart and be real.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's all. You know what I'm saying? And if sometimes you step outside of real, then we can help you with that.
Yes,
we can.
Come on now. You might not have saw it.
Have a time out.
Come on back. You know what I mean? Because man, confidence is so important in everything, and we all lose it. We all lose confidence in different aspects and different times, and different spaces. We've all been in those places, like Crystal was talking about, where you felt like, am I really qualified to be here?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why, man, like my vision with this is I don't like discrimination. We get enough of that, don't we? So we're gonna do it to each other too.
Right.
I have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, so I try not to discriminate on things like that and everything. Here's my discrimination: being ugly, being mean, girl, not just treating people the way you want to be treated. I'm gonna say it again. We bring life to this world. Look how you take care of your kids. Right. Look how you fight for them. Look at the compassion and the grace and mercy that you have for them. Have that for me. Right. You know, I'm not perfect. You know, and I'm gonna have that for you. You know, so yeah, I don't like that. But confidence, I want to help build and give confidence to people. This is the reason why. This is part of the reason why too that health is so important to me. Because see, when you look good, you feel good. You walk different, you act different, you carry yourself different. You ever seen a person who was, had a lot of weight on them and they did something, they lost a lot of weight? You talking about, oh, she got an attitude now. Yeah, because she feel different. You might need to check it, let, hold on now, but she feel different, So she's putting on makeup now, and she combing her hair now and everything. And this is why I say we're pretty. See, we all girls. That's what we were born. We were all girls. To be a pretty girl, I love you. You got to tell your little girls that we got to keep telling each other that. I don't care about what your tone of your skin is, what the texture of your hair is, how big your butt is, or that you don't have one.
Yeah. Well,
we're pretty, and it you give people titles, they step into it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm giving somebody confidence to feel pretty and to show up pretty. That's my
and
point.
you do. One thing that I love is even on a make y'all laugh, even in a not so pretty day for me, even when I'm looking a little, Rhonda will always comment something about me being pretty. And I say, you know what? I may feel ugly on the inside of what I'm going through, but she sure made me feel better when she put that post on my comment on my post. But it's just those little bitty things. And like we said earlier, you never know when you are somebody's lifeline. If somebody's going through domestic abuse, if somebody has been manipulating them to feel like they are less than, and you saying those little things, that's building their confidence, and it's little things that we do. So you kind of have to get outside of yourself and be intentional in what you're doing when you are encouraging, motivating, and uplifting your sister. We're going to say, I'm my sister's keeper, then we need to be real with, am I my sister's keeper? Now, I'm not talking about every time your bank account get low, you calling an ex for $5. No, we're not talking about that. How can we get you out of this space where you keep needing money? Like, let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Let's get deeper and more in-depth conversation and different things like that. Sharika laughing at me.
I'm just saying, change. That's another thing. So, I mean, you asked how. So yes, we can tell them to do this and show them how to do this, but they gotta change some things that they think is wrong. Rhonda had she was asking me, she's a coach, so she's asking me questions. Well, what is it that you want to do, or what is it that you these things and all this, and I'm listing all these things, but what are you doing to change those things? So I had this one thing that I love, and she said, show it to me, and I showed it to her. So now when I'm sick or I'm down or I'm feeling this, she said, where that picture at? Or she'll send the picture to me, because this is the Sharika you say you want to be, or that's the weight you want to be at, or that's the mindset. So it's the change, and sometimes that individual have to do the work.
That's true.
We can tell them all day long and say what you're beautiful, you this, you're that, but sometimes that individual have to change your mindset. You have to change the things that you're looking in the mirror. I don't really like my attitude, then change it. I don't like my hair short, I'm gonna get a wig, then change it. Make
good, Sharika.
To change the things that you see in yourself, not what Mika see and not what Rhonda sees.
Good.
But what are you seeing when you look at yourself?
So
it's sometimes you have to put it back on them, and it's kind of up to them to try to make that change that they, see in themselves that they don't like about themselves.
And you know what? Let me say, because I said, integrity is that right up there real high with me, with humility. So let me just say, I say a lot of nice things on people's posts. I don't say anything I don't mean.
Right.
I'm gonna say that again. But for all the Facebook world, I don't say anything I don't mean.
Right.
When I say it, it comes from my heart. I mean it, right?
You're standing on business.
I'm standing
on business all day. All kind of business.
Get a 10 flat on it. I mean it. And then there are some other posts I see, and you might be kind of pretty to me physically.
Right.
But I really don't like and I'm gonna stroll right on by. Because see what my grandmother said, you can't think of nothing good to say, just be
Don't say
quiet.
None at all.
Yeah. So I just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, but when I say it, I mean it. I mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not always about physical. That's the other thing. It's not always
Right.
about on
Right.
either side, pretty or
Right.
ugly. It's
Right.
not always
Right.
about physical.
Yeah.
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 I love it. Well, Lord, today y'all have blessed some people on tonight. I haven't seen less than 34 people watching at a time since we started.
Woo!
So when I see those numbers that go up and we stay for, that means we really have gathered a lot of attention for those that
So
are
we
viewing.
just set women's history.
Come
Come
on.
on.
Come on.
We just said
Come
women's
on.
history.
Absolutely.
So it's not
Absolutely.
always, reaching back and saying, "Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah, they all did some great things." But look, tonight we did some great things too.
Absolutely,
That's right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I did see a bunch of comments that we need more conversations like this. So listen, ladies, I had already said, I started this month, but we're gonna start doing some live in person, like me and my sister Sharika was texting back and forth,
Yeah.
to love on each other, and to, have this safe space for women to pour out and for others to pour in. So
Right.
that we go out fulfilled, we go out feeling different, we go out looking different. We may not have heels on, but we walking like we got stilettos on. You know what I mean? Like, because I really do believe that we can be the change. We can change the narrative of what others think about us. We can come together and be a powerful force if we just lose some of the things that has happened in the past that we're holding on to, and then some of that dead weight that you need to let go. One of the things I was talking to my sister earlier, I said, I want to have an event of unpacking your suitcase. What is in your suitcase? What do you need to let go of? Where you traveling to with all of that stuff? Like some of that stuff need to be gone. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get off, I want us all to share something positive to those that are online, whether it was something that we said tonight, whether it's something that we want to leave them with. And then, of course, since we only have a couple of weeks left for registration enrollment for Pretty Girls Rock. Listen, y'all better, because this don't happen no more this year. So you better hop on board. You better get on the train. Because listen, I'm ready to wear my jacket even in the summer. So
Come on in.
So if we can start off with you, Crystal, and then we'll go to Sharika T, and then Miss Rhonda, so she can share all the Pretty Girls Rock details.
Okay. Well, my encouragement to all the ladies and all the women on this Women's History Month is always encourage yourself. Don't wait on someone else to come and encourage you. Wake up and encourage yourself. Rather, if it is, you got to have some affirmations. Rather, you want to listen to some good music. And for myself, I'm going to talk about myself. I listen to gospel music. So listen to gospel music or some jazz. I love me some good jazz to give yourself peace. Don't wait on no one else to give you peace, to give you your inner peace. You got to create that for yourself, because once you create that for yourself and that peaceful environment that you create for yourself, it will extend out to others, and people will be able to see your character and see the true light that is inside of you. And you have a light, you just got to turn it on. But
Amen.
You are the only one that have access to turn on that light that's inside of you.
Yes.
Amen. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. I don't know who I said next. I'm
My-
caught up in the
mine
moment.
Mine is really simple, and it's find that peace, find your why, change it if it needs to be changed, and grow. I mean, let's just be better. I say we better together. So I'm all about the sister circle. So I just feel like if we come together, we can be better together. So that's all I need to say.
And I would say, soon as your feet touch the ground, just know, be grateful because someone else didn't.
Mm.
Mm. Wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
Amen. That's good. And I'll say before Miss Rhonda give hers. And I'll just say, one of the things that I had to learn was it's okay to say no and it's okay to let go. If there is anything that's stopping you from growth, whether it be mentally or physically, know that it's okay to let it go. Our mind is one of the things that if you put more focus on your mental, your physical, and everything else will be okay. I say to a lot of people, when you think you're sick, you feel sick. And you're really not sick, but it starts with your mind. So I will say, take control of your mental and start pouring into yourself. And then you'll see that everything else will fall into place.
Yes, yes, yes. I think you guys summed it all up. Self-love and peace and gratitude and letting go of things that don't really belong to you. Well, we really don't have time.
Right.
Time in the things, that's not really ours that we need to let go. Boy, that clock is ticking different now. And you know what? I'm almost 57, but it's not. I would say it's because of my age, but it's not, because younger people are dying.
Right.
Even here, so like life is different now, and so time is very valuable. But we are ladies, we are women, and we are the most powerful force of energy that there is, and we have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
And we have to share it with each other. We the gatekeepers. I'm saying again, we wear a lot of different hats, and we birth life. We are the change. And when we really digest that, and you take these things, self-love, Crystal, I talk about self-love all the time, because you can't be the best you can be for the children, for the spouse, for your parents, for the family, for the school, for nobody. Until when you feel your best, your attitude better. We don't even like you. You got a bad attitude when you ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why that stuff and that gratitude, it'll change your life. This is the reason I tell people, write it down. It's something about writing stuff down. I said, at the end of the day, scan through your day and just write 3 things that you're grateful for about today. When you get up in the morning and your feet hit the ground, you need to tell yourself today is going to be a good day. Because I did not have to be getting up right here,
Right.
A lot of people didn't. So, man, I am the president. I'm all off here. I'm on a whole nother page here. Pretty Girls Rock. Thank you for mentioning that, Mika. I completely forgot. Open enrollment. Open enrollment is closing March 31st. You are welcome to put an application in. People sometimes get a little afraid when I say application. I say, an application. We just want to know a little about you so that we know how to love you and how to show you love. We want to know if you have kids and, some of the things about your journey, how we love to connect people too, So the application, we review the application, we get it back. But after March 31st, open enrollment will be closed, and then you're just gonna see us moving around doing what we do. And by the way, ladies, Mika and Sharika, I heard what y'all said, and again, we all have our own gifts. I hate putting on events. Y'all put it on. I'm showing up.
We putting it on. We about to get this thing together. We about to get this thing together. You've been doing good though, leader. Coach P, you've been doing a good thing. You've been handling it.
I've been struggling, okay? And then y'all say y'all coming, and then y'all don't come. Then I'll be like,
but we are grateful. We have had some awesome times. We have went to the movies, The Color Purple, went to all kind of stuff. Just being in a place of life and fulfillment, spirit, great spirit,
a good life.
So we've done a lot,
but we also have trying to make it easy for everybody. I'm trying to make it easy, because we have enough struggles. So we just try to make things easy, and just a good time and everything. But the website is www.prettygirlsrock.us. That's prettygirlsrock.us. And that's where you can find the application for the membership and everything. But anybody, welcome. We'd love to have you. If it's not for you, we respect that too. That's not a deal. You know, and sometimes we have things where we invite guests, and sometimes we have things that it's just us, you know, because there has to be a level of benefit to being a member. And by the way, girls, I got some surprises for y'all.
Well, I definitely appreciate you guys for joining us. Shout out to all the pretty girls who rocking with us, because I see y'all. Y'all are on. And
Tammy made this for me, Dr. Tammy Price. If you need some attire,
I need that. I just like that.
So
like that. Okay.
I even got my name.
What? Oh yeah. Oh, Tammy, you slipping. I should have been had your information.
Right. Tammy Price, Dr. Tammy Price. She made this for me, and it's very comfortable.
Somebody tagged her on something I put up today. Somebody tagged her, and they was like, "Our pretty girl, sis Tammy," and I was like, "Okay, Tammy, I'm gonna holler at you tonight, Tammy." But I definitely appreciate all of you guys. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much for what we're doing. This is social media has given us a platform to be able to touch the world. And so we have definitely been a blessing to those who have tuned in. Shout out to everybody who has commented, who has shared. I see all of the tags that's coming up on my phone. I appreciate you. We appreciate you for coming. Next Wednesday is our last Wednesday for Women's History Month, but we have something that's going to come up. So our last conversation, Lord, today, the last conversation is finding my Boaz, the struggles, and then he finally came. So we got some married folks on there. We got some single folks on there. We got.
I'm gonna come back on the other show.
I'm gonna be tuned in for sure on that one, Mika.
Listen, because there's some of y'all who y'all thought was Boaz. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna just keep it 100. I thought I had a Boaz.
He was.
I thought I did, you know. So there are some people that sitting up there looking at their Boaz like, who are you and why are you here? So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that next week. So y'all make sure that y'all come back, and y'all know y'all can pop in if you want to pop in and whatever. We all gonna be. And this is just what we're gonna do. It's nothing scripted, it's nothing formal. We just having great conversation, great dialogue, and being our authentic self doing it. So if y'all haven't followed Mika Diamond Media on YouTube, please go ahead and do so. We're on Facebook as well. I'm growing my YouTube. So even if you watch us on Facebook, just go on over there and subscribe or something. Just click on the video. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just click on it. Give me some views. All right. Do y'all have anything coming up before we log off that y'all want to shout out for those who are on? Anything?
I'm good.
I'm like you, Sharika.
I'm been chilling.
I'm not doing all that stuff, so y'all don't even ask me. All right, y'all heard it. Miss Rhonda said that.
Crystal has something, Mika.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Crystal.
Yeah. No, I was saying I have a speaking engagement that'll be coming up, which is April the 26th or the 27th. Don't quote me on that. At a church. So I'll be speaking. We're going to be doing a prayer night that's coming up next month. So I'm super excited about that. And it's called Back to the Basics. So we're going to be definitely going into a deeper level of praying and just getting back to the basics of that. So I'm super excited to be a part of that. It's April the 26th. It's on a Friday night. The address is 527 Barron Springs Drive, Houston, Texas 77090, and it starts at 7 p.m. So it's free for everybody. It's free, and it's for family, friends, loved ones, whoever that you need that's in prayer. Definitely share that with somebody and let them know so they can come out and get some healing and being in the presence of God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do have Tashanda's event coming up. I'm sorry. Yes. April 6th, and I do have Megan's Day, so that's April the 20th. So we do have that going on.
Absolutely, so, and y'all make sure to
go to my page.
Just add it in the comments. Yeah, add it in the comments. So Crystal, add the flyer and then all of the stuff in the comments. Shout out to Shonda for doing an amazing job with the youth this conference, she has over 600 girls. So we
Yeah.
talk about Pretty Girls Rock. We're going to be rocking
Wow.
on the 6th. We're going to be
Yes.
rocking. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Have an amazing night. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Have an amazing night. I appreciate y'all. And we will
Thank
see y'all
you.
next week.